You're going to learn how to make your very own building blocks in this block builder activity today. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a doc. I find the easiest way to create a doc is by typing docs.new in my URL bar. You can create it by going to the Docs app. You can create it by going in your Drive. I prefer this method because it's faster. And I'm just going to call this my building block of awesomeness. And once I've given it a title, I am able to move it into a folder. So I'm going to click move. I'm going to go ahead and put it in my LCSPD, into my Tech Tuesday, so that I can find it here later. Now, when I'm looking at my page here, it's currently set in portrait mode. I think I'm going to actually want to make this either landscape mode or pageless so that I have a lot of space that I can write with. So I'm going to go File, Page Setup. I can either make it landscape, or if I want to live on the edge, I can make it pageless, which gives me all the space in the world. Now, because I'm making this into a lesson plan format, I'm going to use a table to make it easiest for myself. So I'm going to go ahead. First, I'll call it lesson plan of awesomeness. It's currently in my preferred font. Everything's set. So now I'm going to insert my table. And let's see, I'm going to do 5 days a week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to bring it across and just go ahead and insert it in here. Now that I have my table here, I can do whatever. I can resize things. So I'm going to put here, I want to color code. So I'm just going to use my bucket tool right here. We'll make this green. Here is for the date. Here is for the unit. Here is the activity. And here will be the resources needed. And you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and add another column because I want any review notes. So like if there's anything that I want to remember as I'm teaching these, I have it. And again, I can kind of pull these things over a little bit, give myself a little bit more room. Okay. This is it. This is done. It's perfect. This is the way I want it. Life is sweet. So if this is my lesson plan of awesomeness, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn it into a building block. To do that, I go to where it says insert, come down to building block, and I go to custom building block. It's going to allow me to create a new custom building block. So I click right here. It's going to ask me to select. So I'm going to start with my lesson plan of awesomeness title, and I'm going to click save. Call it my awesome lesson plan simply because I already have one. Maybe I want to give it a description. The most basic lesson plan I have, and I go ahead and create. And that literally is all you have to do. So if I'm doing my lesson planning for next week, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to create my new doc. I'm going to call this, I don't know what's next week, the 18th, September 18th through the 22nd. I don't even know. And then to add that building block back in, I'm going to type at, and then the name of the building or block, which was awesome lesson plan. I click awesome lesson plan. You'll see because I have this in portrait mode, it put it into portrait mode. I can easily change this over to my pageless mode. So it gives me a lot more space, but I'm set and ready to go. I mean, that's literally all you need to do. So maybe I am having to write reports all the time. And so this time I'm going to have the date. So let's put September 23rd, 2023. Dear, it's up a tab. I hope this letter finds you well. Nobody likes that sentence, but we say it all the time. And then I'm going to just kind of come down here. Sincerely, me. Okay. So once again, I can save this as a building block. So this is my letter of yes. I don't know. I'm going to insert building block, custom building block. I'm going to add a new custom building block, highlight all the content, save it, create it. And then just like before, if I come in here and I want to use this building block, then I'm going to click the @ sign, make sure I'm in here, click the @ sign and call it, what did I call it? Awesome. No, I'll call it letter of yes. Okay. There it is. Now, if I look at this and I realize that there's something wrong with it and I need to edit it, then I'm going to do something else and I'll make that a separate video so that you can see how to edit it. But one of the things that I want you to be aware of is as you're creating these building blocks, you can really use your table formatting to help you. And so if I come in here, if I come in here and I really want to dig in, I can use my table. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to insert my table. And maybe this time I'm just trying to track data or keep a lesson plan. I can color these. I can put, so like anything I want, I can take this and I can give it a heading color to review from later. I can highlight the whole thing and decide what I want my font to look like. If I want it to be centered, I can even add drop downs. So if I want to insert a drop down, so for this one, I'm going to call it flavors of pickles. I don't know. I'm just throwing things out there. So this one is bread and butter. This one is dill. I'm going to hit Control A so it selects it so I don't have to keep trying to get it. This one is sweet. I don't really even know. This one is Control A, fire. And then I can change these colors in my drop downs. And let me add a new option. I'm going to call this pick your favorite. And I'm going to bring this up to the top so it's the first thing people see. Okay, so now I have this. It's all set and ready to go. I'm going to insert building block, custom building block, new custom building block. I'm going to highlight everything here, save it. I'm going to call this pickle picker. Create. And now I've got it. So my building blocks can be text. My building blocks can have tables in them. My building blocks can have columns in them. It's really whatever I want to do. So just imagine like you could make a newspaper template for your kids if you wanted them writing a newspaper article or magazine article. You can use this for yourself, for lesson plans, for reports. It's an amazing tool. And I really, really hope that it's one that you use.